Today guys, if you eat this fish roll, it's so yummy, it's so soft, it's easy to do if you follow all the steps I'm going to show you. I really did a detailed analysis of it. First, these are the spices I'm going to use. We have to start first with our filling, your fish and every other thing. So we start with our carrot. That is your carrot. You have your, I use bitter celery, then your Maggie for seasoning, your white pepper, your chopped onions, and your chopped garlic. And I use a bit of pepper because it's for the house, so I like to taste it, just a bit of pepper. I like the taste of it. Then you have your fish, your seasoning, your oil, your thyme, your salt. Thyme is so good when you want to do this. It gives a very good taste and flavor. Then I have to go next. I put on my gas. I like to use the gas because it's faster. Most of the times, this electric cooker, they are slow, it delays you. So I go in with 1 tablespoon of oil because the fish already has oil. For it not to be too much, it might disturb the fish roll, it will be too oily. Then I go with my onion after the oil is warm a bit. I fry a bit for some time to get the flavor of the onion to come out, to make it to taste nicer. I fry for some time before I go in with my garlic. I fry with the garlic. You know, garlic has this nice taste. Then I go in with my carrots, my bitter celery, my white pepper, and every other thing. I fry it together. I mix for it to get ready. I fry for some few seconds. It doesn't take long. Then I go in with my fish and the rest of the flavor. I fry for it to mix together, that it might have a good taste, and for it to get ready. You see, going into my seasoning also, it really helps for flavor and taste. It's good also for this particular seasoning. Is good for fried rice and also jollof rice. It's so nice. I use it even for stew. It tastes real nice. So for fish, I used toned fish. I like toned fish, so I use toned fish for my fish. I use 2 for this measurement, 500 grams. I used toned fish. So you have to mix. While you're mixing, you're matching for it to really be soft, not to have bigger lumps. You mix together as on low heat. The heat shouldn't be so high. On low heat. So you fry and it's ready. Then I allow it to cool. Then next I go the making of my dough. For my dough, I need flour, your melted butter. You have to melt your butter if you want it to be soft the way I did mine. You have 1 egg, then you have your baking powder, you have your water, you have your sugar. I put a bit of sugar because I like it a little bit tasty, a bit the dough that I've used to be tasty, a bit of salt also. All the measurement I'll put in the description box. So I go with it. Then this is a kilo that I use in measuring. This is a type of kilo. You have it in shops. It's just here. I just got it for €7. It was not expensive. Then first I go in with my flour, all the dry things. I mix them together. My flour, my salt, my sugar. I mix them together. When you mix together, it's easier. Especially salt. You shouldn't mix your salt with wet things. It might clump somewhere and you get a particular point the salt will be so salty, though the fish will be so salty. After I've mixed, then I take all the other wet ingredients. I mix with my hands. I already washed my hands. It was already clean. I cannot show all the steps because it will take more time. So I mix. After I mix, I put in my egg. I mix. The last thing was my water. That was the water there. You put your water in patches. If not, you might come and put oil and it's too soft. You have to start struggling to adjust it. So I put water in patches and make sure that, okay, it has mixed well. It shouldn't be so strong, at least it will be soft. Then the next, I start rolling. Please don't keep it, because if you keep it, it gets a bit stronger when you are fried. It gets stronger. So for me to start rolling, the tray that I will be putting the fish, the doughs I've rolled, I make sure I oil it so that it will not stick because it's a bit soft. Then for you to start, the next, I cut in little balls like this. Then I make something. I form something. You look at the form a bit long so that it will be easier for me to form the shape I want. You roll out. The first one was the first one didn't come out the way it was supposed to, so I had to adjust it. Then you roll it out to see how straight it is. I'm rolling with my hands. I roll it out. You roll like that. Towards the end, you have to make it to be so thin so that when you roll back, it won't come out when you're frying. Because when it's not thin, when you're frying, you see some people, the fish roll, it opens up. And when it opens up, you spoil the the shape of the fish roll. So what I used to do also, I use a teaspoon to measure my filling. I use a teaspoon. I also use, there is this small brush, you can get it from the shop. It's just €1 in the packet. There are many. Then I use water. So when I've put in my dough, I've rolled out. At the edge, where that thin edge is, I take water and apply a bit of water. It helps it to stick. It helps also to prevent the thing from opening. So when you put your dough, make sure you cover it. You see what I'm doing? You cover it like that. Then you take the edges and you put together. You put together to avoid the dough, the filling to come out. Then you roll. As you are rolling, you are stretching out. As you are rolling, you're stretching out. If you see from the first one I did, you look at this one also that I'm doing. You see, you make it to be so thin. You stretch it out. You roll out. Then it's a teaspoon of it. So that's what you do. As you are rolling, you are stretching your hands to the
I've
edge,
rolled
and
some
you come
fish
out
oil,
with what
even
I've
though it's
put
not
now.
complete, but this is
Yeah,
how it look like.
that is how it came out. It's so sweet. Then I go now to fry. I start frying.
Because you have
I
to do deep
preheat
frying.
my oil.
It's already
Not
warm. It
too
shouldn't be
hot.
too hot.
Don't
When
put
it's
it
too
too
hot, when you
hot.
put it, it will
When you
just
put
brown
the fish
immediately
roll,
without
it will
getting
become
ready.
brown when
So
it's
it's
not
on the
yet
shouldn't
cooked
be too
inside.
much at a
You
time.
see how it is. You see I've put my dough. It shows that the oil is not too hot. Then you put it
You
on
have that
low heat
beautiful
and it's
brown.
frying so that everywhere should be
See
evenly
how
cooked, evenly fried. So you're frying and you fry, you have this golden color, golden brown.
golden
So
brown.
I put, just look at it. You see that golden brown, then you know that okay, it's ready. You remove it.
It's
Guys,
so
this
yummy.
fish roll is so nice. It's soft. Those that have eaten my fish, I have my friend
So
is watching
yummy.
me. I'm sure they are
Hot.
watching
See,
me now.
look at
Look
it.
at the inside. It's so nice. It
It's
was
so
even
hot. I cannot eat it now.
sliding. It's so nice and soft. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like my page, share, and invite others to like my page. Follow me on YouTube, Christabel Amams. Also follow me on Facebook. You will get me the end.